Yo, yo. All right. It's your man Corey Williams. Sorry about that. I'm back. Hopefully you can hear me. Waiting on my guest to join us here shortly. Mic check 1, 2. All right. Welcome. Happy holidays. It's your man Corey Williams. Welcome to Convo with Cino. We'll be getting started shortly. Make sure I get my guest on. All right, welcome. We're going to be talking about some trucking tonight. Looking forward to it. Enjoy my music. Welcome to Convo with Cino. Right. Gonna be talking about some trucking tonight. What's up, my friend? Hey, always support, showing love. Appreciate you. Hey, can you hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Welcome. It's all about trucking tonight. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely warm, sis. Welcome. We're gonna be getting started shortly. Convo with Cino. It's your man Corey Williams checking in tonight. Joining us, we're gonna be having a conversation with Cherice Dodd of Trucker Gal. There you go. All right, we're gonna be getting started shortly. Hopefully, y'all vibing to my my background music. You know. Welcome. Glad to see y'all joining us. Welcome, Miss Holman. Glad you joined us. Jasmine, welcome. Jasmine Fraser, welcome. All right, we're gonna be talking all about trucking tonight. So we're waiting on our guest, Miss Cherice Dodd or Williams, I should say. And I had to check to make sure we weren't related, but she should be joining us soon. So this is my first Facebook Live. So the last interview we did Instagram. So we're going to be exploring, all ways of doing this thing. But, right now we just, giving you the best of what we got. So welcome. I see all my good friends. Cherice, I'm not getting a notification to join. Okay. All right, let me check on our guests. All right, Cherice, you on? There she is. You figured it out?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, baby, loud and clear.
I can barely hear you. I had to join from my phone. For some reason, it wouldn't let me do it.
Okay.
From my computer.
Oh, okay. You must got one of them Galaxy phones.
No, I'm Apple over here, baby. But I can barely hear you. I'm having trouble. Okay, hold on. Let me see something.
Check it out.
That's why I was trying to do it from the computer.
Let's see. Can everybody else hear me? If you can hear me out there in video land, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me.
Hold on. I can't hear you.
Okay. So yeah, that's you. If I got a thumbs up, I'm getting started shortly. Hopefully y'all dive into my my background music.
Say I'm not. I can't.
I'm getting started shortly. Hopefully y'all dive.
Let me move here.
My background music.
Say I'm not. I can't.
Hold on. Can you hear me? Mic check.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you much better.
All right. That's all right. We gonna work it out. We gonna get through this thing. Because people want to know, they want to meet this lady, Miss Cherice. Definitely it's a pleasure. And just to kind of give you guys a little background on how I connected with Cherice. I actually reached out to her, and I said, this year I wanted to do more networking. My goal is to max out my friends on social media. And so I was at maybe about 1,000 friends. I think now I'm at close to 4,000. And so I just thought, I mean, even to the day, I want to max out. I want to leave about 5 or 10 spaces for somebody that I see this real important, somebody who, ain't liking nothing, they can, dip off. But so I seen this young lady, didn't know her from Adam. And I seen her and I said, you know what? I mean, I had gotten to, I had this concept of, having a conversation. Name of my company is Creating Innovative New Opportunities. So I'm always looking out for different opportunities for people. And the transportation trucking business was something that I personally wanted to get into. And of course, growing up seeing trucks and riding on as a kid, choo choo, bump the door, always interested. But the phenomenon right now of women in trucking has really interested me. And I know a few several people that's in the trucking CDLs and things like that. So I saw you. You were, making moves, you was making noise, and you just looked like you were having so much fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because my concept of a truck driver was, no offense, but kind of overweight white guy that smoked cigarettes and with a hat, kind of like a hit redneck or something. You know what I'm saying? Overweight, didn't have a life. You know what I'm saying? So my concept of trucking has always really been not that good, but you made it look sexy. You know what I'm saying? You made it look good. And it looks like you're making money, and I'm seeing just the trend of not just females, but men as well. So that's how we connected. That's my backstory on just watching, and that's the key, guys. You never know who's watching, and so I reached out to her. She didn't know me, and I was like, hey, I just started this show where I want to connect people with opportunities and working with entrepreneurs and showcase entrepreneurs, people that are doing good in the community and people doing good for themselves. And so you definitely stuck out to me. And so I want to introduce to some, reintroduce to others, the CEO of A Trucker Gal, Miss Cherice Dodd Williams. Your Facebook name died, but your name is. And so I learned that as we talk. So go ahead and tell, let people know pretty much who you are, and what you do first and foremost.
Well, hello everybody. Like you said, I'm in the trucking industry. I started some years ago.
How many years?
I won't give that number because I don't want to.
Okay.
But I started some years ago. When I got, I just, one day I was sitting at my desk and I decided that I just wanted to be a truck driver, and that's how it started. I put in my 2 months and got the government funding and went and got my CDL license, and I never looked back. Back then, a lot of women were not into trucking, so nobody paid attention to me as they do now, as long as I've been doing it. And we had to go over the road. I was over the road for 5 years. And then I became local, then kind of went back on the road. We didn't have those options back in to work a local job. We had to have 2 years over the road before you can get a local job. So a lot of things have changed now. These last few years was not ever an option to us back then. And I didn't like it my first year. My second year was okay, and then I fell in love with trucking. So
love with trucking.
I fell in love with it.
So was it the money? I mean, was it the money?
It definitely wasn't the money. When I first started driving, I was making like $500 to $700 a week. I wasn't making no money. I was broke on the road. It was horrible. I think I had made a post. I was buying my daughter stuff from Love Truck Stop there with my points. I was broke.
So what made you keep going, and what made you fall in love with it if you weren't making no money?
Well, it was just more. It was the freedom. I liked being out on the road. I liked traveling. I liked meeting different people. And then my end goal wasn't to just be a truck driver. My end goal is kind of where I'm at now. It was I wanted to know everything about trucking, like everything about trucking. So when I came, started out, I did the drive van, and then I started testing out different equipment. I'm like, ooh, I want to try to drive that. So then I went to reefer, and I was like, ooh, I want to try to do that. So I went to flatbed. Like, I drove everything, the dump trucks, the flatbed, and the regular. It just became fun to me and interesting to learn all the different parts of trucking. So many different parts. And I don't know, it just became a passion, and I just fell in love with it. Still in love with it.
That's awesome. So when you talk about, I guess, okay, if I'm new, I'm listening to you, I'm tuning in right now, I'm new, and I've been, I've been seeing you or seeing people trucking. What would be a good starter? What, to get your CDL? What's like maybe a good company, a good course? How does a person get started in trucking? Like, get your CDL first or what?
I would say always, get your CDL first if you can find free funding to get your CDL. They usually have programs, and go company side first. I know a lot of people are buying trucks, they're going straight owner operator. But the company side, you really need that experience. One, make sure this is something you really want to do. Do you have that energy to be on the road and drive for 11 hours a day? Can you really be away from your family, your kids? Can your relationship withhold you being on the road? Because they offering local stuff now, but more of the money is gonna be with you being over the road or you being gone maybe a couple days. I mean, it's not as intense as it was back then, where we were gone a month at a time. But people, I always say, get your experience on the company side first before you jump into it and buy your own.
Okay.
Know how the operation works, and because some people will get into it, don't really like it. They don't even like to drive. They really don't like to.
So I get into it. I found out I don't like to drive. Say I got some money. I get into it. I go get my CDL. I got money, and now I don't like it. Now what do I do? Do I rent it? Do I sell it? Can I make money like through freight? Getting a brokering it out.
So you probably, if depending on the type of truck you buy, you probably not these days you're going to be able to rent it out or anything. You're probably, if you're just not going to use the truck or can't find a driver, 9 out of 10 you're going to end up selling the truck. So what I came up with, kind of what I do, is more of I started getting into things where people can enter the trucking industry without a truck.
Okay, you breaking up a little bit. You said enter the trucking business without a truck.
Without a truck.
Now that's let's get into that, because I think I may be interested in that. That's what I want to.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, let's talk about that then. We're gonna come back to some other things, but since you brought it up, let's talk about getting the truck. I should say that for last, because then people they'll be tuning out.
Oh,
Let's say that for last.
Okay.
Yeah, I want them to tune in. I don't want to give them the sauce right now.
Okay.
Like if you're on the line, tag somebody that's in a truck, on the road right now, whatever. Tag somebody right now. Tell them hop on this interview. So, we talked about. So what are maybe some of the sacrifices that you or maybe that you hear on the road that you experience in your career, or maybe starting out, and then not just sacrifices, but then go into the benefits of your lifestyle now. So the sacrifice versus the reward, if that kind of makes sense.
So definitely the sacrifices that I made is, being away from home, not being there with my kids, not being there with my family, missing holidays, birthday, having relationship problems while on the road, being stressed out, being depressed. But my drive kept me going, through it all. You pray, but so when people have those type of conversations with me, I can understand what they're talking about. And it's hard. It's the worst sacrifice ever to be out there, and then get stressed over the road and get about it, So, but I always, like I said, I focus on my end goal, and my kids understood that's all that matters. So as long as you get your kids and your family on board, the sacrifice to be worth it. Where you're even if you don't go owner operator or whatever, be able to get more money. You know what I'm saying? In the future, gaining that experience, the more money is what you'll make in trade, is the more experience.
So the sacrifice. So that's the sacrifice, being away from family, missing events and things like that. And I know that can be hard, but as an entrepreneur, really, that's any entrepreneur, almost. Most entrepreneurs may be there or, be more accessible, but that's just the life of an entrepreneur, period. You're going to miss something, you're going to sacrifice. So what have you been able to, what's the fun part, the lifestyle that, what's that like?
Well, we ain't touching on the current lifestyle, we're gonna go back then lifestyle. It was fun when I was able to go places. I didn't miss no events. I would get a load going to my friends' parties. I would come back and get my kids on a break, and we go on vacation for the weekend. Where y'all want to go? We go to Virginia Beach or Myrtle Beach, where to park the truck, get a rental car. So I did have fun out on the road. I see my friends and do different things. And like I said, I just wasn't. It was just the freedom. I get paid to go travel to go do stuff. Come back, get the kids for their break, and we going on vacation. I make money going. I'm gonna make money leaving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we all going somewhere. May as well get paid doing it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, what are some of the different ways to make money in trucking? We're gonna say that good one for live, but so I know it's like freight broker. My cousin drives truck, so he was like, man, you'd be good at freight brokering. And so I got the big book. It was a big book, and I started looking at it, and I was just like, I don't know, man. So what's up with freight broker? Because I heard one guy, I seen him on TikTok, and he was complaining about the freight brokers making all the money, and he was mad at them because they making money. What's up with freight brokers?
I tapped into freight broker. I have broker agents up under me. Brokering it's work. It's a lot of cold calling, and if you can't get past cold calling, like brokers would never work. Even my agents, they have to cold call, right? So we all cold call to get the shippers. So when people say the brokers don't really do nothing, just get out the money, it's real hard to get that money. You calling 100 shippers a day, 100, trying to get their business, and then when you finally get their business, you commit to move that freight, like that is a lot of work. So, and then we may have 3 or 4 shippers and we trying to move 300 loads, like that. It's a lot of work. But it's rewarding. Right now it's kind of funny, the shippers ain't paying as much as people think they are nowadays. But when I tell people, don't go straight to have your own brokerage. Try to go under another brokerage and just do and be a freight agent before you go spend all that money to become your own brokerage. Because what a freight broker takes all the responsibility, right? They have to get their insurance. You got to have all the systems in place. As an agent, you would go under my brokerage or somebody else's brokerage. You take all you're doing is you get a commission back today, but you earn it.
You kind of maybe come back to the phone a little bit. You breaking up a little bit.
I don't know why it's not working on my computer. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying maybe people should start off as a freight agent broker than actual broker.
Freight agent broker.
Right. So what that means is you would go under like my brokerage or a bigger brokerage and help move the freight and do the cold calling to get a commission and don't have the responsibility, the overhead responsibility. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I have agents that are up under me, but all they do is they do the same thing. They're going to cold call. They're going to get the loads. We're going to move the loads, but they don't have no responsibility. They don't have to pay for anything, any of the boards, no insurance, no systems or anything. That's all provide.
So what all do you do? Because I know on your TikTok, commercial, you got insurance, you got the, you're doing something where you just moving other trucks, like transferring transferring trucks from one location to another. So what all is it? What are the functions or operations of a trucker gal, the company? What do you do?
Yeah, I have a conglomerate of stuff. So I do have my own trucking company, which is a trucker gal. So we'll start there. I started my truck company off with one box truck. In my first year, I scaled a 4-box truck and then a semi.
Box trucks, do you need a CDL for a box truck?
No, you only need a for hire license for a box truck.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you still currently have box trucks?
I currently only have one box truck now. I did sell my fleet because I started getting into other stuff. So I kept one truck. So, but my trucking company's been up 3 years. So then I'm like, you know what else can I do? I started helping people set up their trucking company. So now I started providing a back office support for CDL and non-CDL to get their company set up from the beginning to the end. That's with, their DOT number, their client, offering training on how to use logs. I did driver training. As I could dig a little deeper, then I found out about the commercial insurance agent, because all these people that were coming to me to get their company set up, guess what? Needed insurance. So I went and took a class, got my commercial insurance license, and then I became a commercial insurance agent. So it kind of just fell in line with that. So then I created a resource center. So my center is a one-stop shop resource center. So now I'm providing resources to people on whatever it is they need in trucking. So here lately, I've been seeing people struggle that started their trucking business here in the last couple of years. And I was like, you know what? Let me introduce them to Drive-Away.
So hold on. Because you said something interesting to me when we had a conversation. You were like, because I know some people gonna come in, they like trucking. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Oh,
and you were like, now a lot of these people are not millionaires who claim they are gurus in trucking. So what's the big front on the trucking industry? Why is it such a big front? Like you can just be a millionaire all of a sudden.
A lot of them don't throw out millionaire. The numbers that they usually throw out is, let me show you how to make 5 figures in a week, or let me show you how to make 6 figures in a year. That's not a big number in trucking. And I don't think people realize or listening to what they're actually saying, that, okay, 5 figures is what, $10,000? That's easy to make in the trucking industry. Is six figures of $100,000 is very easy to make in the trucking industry, even with a box truck. That's gross. We're talking gross numbers. We're not talking net. We don't ever talk net, right? The millionaire, the ones that are saying millionaires, I mean, I've done the calculation. You would have to have like 6 trucks, like run consistently throughout the whole year, probably touch $1 million. But they sell courses. I don't sell courses. I do classes when needed, but that's mainly it's just to sell courses. They sell courses,
So you do have a class. So you have a course or a class?
I have classes.
So okay. So let people know about let us know about your classes.
So my classes is talking about kind of like what we're talking about now. I show you how to kind of create your own one-stop shop to be able to offer those back office supports to trucking companies. Like I said, we go over non-CDL and CDL. CDL companies need the most help because they have more paperwork. They have quarterly taxes that's called fuel taxes. If that has to be paid every quarter, that has to be done. They have permits that have to be done every quarter. Drug testing, things like that. They have to set up a little different, and they be so busy that they don't have time. They need somebody to help keep up with their paperwork.
Okay.
More than a non-CDL. I do know how to write IFTA in 30 states. So I show in the class how to write IFTA in 30 states, how to set up with different companies, how to market to be able to set up a company. We talk about being a commercial insurance agent, the importance of being because that's another stream of income. Because again, you're going to be doing the same thing that I do, and we talk about becoming a broker. I show you that. We talk about dispatching. People want to get into dispatch. I'm not heavy into dispatch.
What's dispatching? What is that? What is that? Like
that's when they actually can find carriers, owner operators, and dispatch their trucks from state to state.
So do they work hand in hand with the freight broker, or who do they work through? Who do they connect with?
They connect with brokers.
Okay, so you got. Okay, so break down the process. You got from the driver. Who's all involved in getting my hot dogs in my refrigerator?
And you know, when it be so much, I do so much, I be trying to put it all together. It's so hard. I do apologize. So like, you got, say you went and bought a truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, we ain't even gonna go back to the truck. I'm a mentor. Let's back up. You're thinking about buying the truck. So you come see me, right? We have a conversation. What type of equipment are you looking to buy, right? We go through all of that. Are we doing non-CDL or are we doing CDL? Those are my first questions to people. So now you go buy your equipment. I get your company set up, set you up A to Z, and then we find you a dispatcher. Now, the dispatcher is going to be on what's called load board, which is where the brokers post the loads that we get from the shipper. You got the shipper, the broker, the dispatcher, then the carrier.
Carrier. Who's the carrier? Carrier is the driver.
Whoever, the driver.
Okay.
So the shipper got the loads, the broker, then they give it to the broker. The broker then puts them on the board for the dispatchers to look at. The dispatcher calls us looking for the carrier.
So it's a lot of hands going in, and you pretty much know all of these components.
I do each and every one of them every day.
Wow. How did you do it? How do you? I mean, I seen your team. Like I seen your post, and I see you got an office. You got a team. So what does your staff consist of? How many people do you work with?
Right now I have 2 going on 3 agent freight brokers. I have 2 people in the office. I no longer offer dispatching services. So that has been taken away, but I did have a dispatcher inside the office.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I have a total of, right now at the point, I got a total of 3 staff right now. I have 2 agent brokers. I no longer offer the dispatching, and then I have another young lady in the office.
And where you where you from? Let's tell her, where you from, and where you going, if you don't mind.
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm back and forth. I'm in South Carolina right now, so I'm back and forth living between South Carolina and Indianapolis until I permanently move to South Carolina. I'm looking for freight agent brokers here in office space. So I'm trying to grow my brokerage here.
So your base is going to be in South Carolina now.
It will be, yeah. Well, yes.
Okay. So okay, I'm listening to this. I just wanna make some money. So let's break down drive away. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. We coming up on the house.
They hit me up about it. It's been around for a while. I just think a lot of people haven't thought about it, but because I don't offer anything that I have not done physically. I will physically go out and do every job before I tell you about it, right? So I've been doing drive away about 4 months now, and that's going out and actually moving brand new trucks from state to state. Okay.
Are you hauling them, or are you actually driving them?
You're actually driving them. So you may have.
So it ain't brand new if you driving it.
I mean, it was brand new when I picked it up. Now, you may have seen me haul some, well, because I'm CDL with endorsement, the ones where I have 1 semi with 3 semis on the back of me. Like, I could do that.
Uh-oh, you breaking up a little bit. Your internet.
Trucks, some of them are pickup trucks, things like that.
Yeah, you breaking up. You kind of fuzzy a little bit. Internet, maybe.
I'm at the
Yeah, because it's
hotel.
important. We need to know about this drive away. So drive away, you send me stuff. So drive away for those who want to get into trucking, work and work for themselves, but they can't afford to buy a truck. Okay, so
can't afford to buy a truck, and you and your spouse may want to drive. The age of it, you only have to be 23.
Do you need a CDL?
No, you do not. You can be CDL or non-CDL. They do have non-CDL vehicles. Most of my pictures, you'll see me in a lot of non-CDL vehicles too.
So what's considered a non-CDL or CDL? What's the cutoff from CDL to non-CDL? Like
so
the wheels?
Non-CDL would consist of maybe box trucks, RVs, shuttle buses, pickup trucks, cars. But
the trucks got the stick shift. So you like doing out the CD.
They don't have a lot of stick shifts anymore. They almost dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, see, look, I'm dating my.
Yeah, do you know
somebody in a truck and they shifting gears and they can't do nothing?
I have not drove a stick shift truck since I got out of school.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, they almost. I'm
gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete that part.
They are almost dinosaurs for real. Like nobody's even buying those. I mean, you get a few people, but not for real. They don't buy those anymore.
Oh my goodness, I feel so crazy right now.
You learning, but
so like the truck. So do they drive like? I mean, like you got a nice truck with the bed, the cabin. I mean, what's up with those? I mean,
the sleepers.
Yeah. Do you have one of those?
Now, when I was my own truck and I was over the road, yes, I had my stuff hooked up. You put your TV, you can mount your TV in there, put your little top mattress, refrigerator, microwave.
Oh man!
I lived on the road for 5 years, literally. So that was my life.
Wow.
Let
me ask you this. We're gonna get back to drive away. As far as a woman on the road, is it scary? Like, I mean, driving in the truck stops. I mean, the elements of crime, people maybe trying to jack you. I mean, prostitution. You hear, truck stops. Back in the day, what they call them, lot lizards. I ain't trying to talk about no. But
hey, Memphis got me good. They the ones. Memphis, boy, that's the only time I ever experienced it was in Memphis. But I've never been in a unsafe situation all the years I've been driving. I never was uncomfortable, but I didn't do unsafe things either. If I come in at night or I park at night, I never would get out my truck. At night I would wake up the next morning. Like I just didn't do a lot of unsafe stuff to make it noticeable. So, but I've never been in the back. I've had more help out on the road than anything, but I've never been in an unsafe situation. I have encountered lot lizards because they don't know who's in the truck. So
right.
That was cute, I guess. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of elements. I'm sure it's a lot of a lot of drugs to keep you going, and pills and stuff. I'm sure that element is there as well. Interesting. What I forgot what I had. Okay, so let's get back to drive away, and then I had another question. So drive away, people who want, because you said that you can work for yourself, but you can't broker drive away. You have to actually drive it yourself. Gotcha. How far is normally the loads or the trip to what's the minimum or maximum of the trip?
Minimum can be around the corner. You ain't gonna make no money. It could be in the same city. Drive away is definitely if you want to go over the road. I don't take anything less than 800 if you want to make.
So okay, I don't know how far is 800 miles. Like from let's say I'm in Indianapolis to what's 800 miles to, for example.
Miles. That's probably like to. Heck, I don't know. You got me thinking too hard. I ain't ever got. It's just they just give
800 miles. That sounds like a nice trip. Like, okay, from Indianapolis to South Carolina, how many miles is that?
That's like 700 miles. It's close.
Close.
Yeah. So in trucking world, I'll get there in a day.
Okay.
I'm going. We can usually do about without picking up. I can do about 650 miles a day.
And that's about 8 to 9 hours, 11 hours or something?
Yeah, that'll probably push me.
11 hours. How many breaks is that? How often do you break? Like,
you get 130-minute. Well, I take 130-minute break because you have to. You have to take 130-minute break.
Wow.
So it's definitely.
I take it these vehicles are comfortable.
No, they're not.
Oh, no, come on now. Come on.
No, they're not. There's so many different types of vehicles, but if people are interested in drive away, like now the RV, yes, it was one. I took that up to British Columbia, Canada, from Indianapolis. Yeah.
I think you posted that, or we talked or something about that. Yeah.
That was a 6-day trip because of the storms, but yeah. That's up by Seattle, Washington, and Vancouver. So I went from Indianapolis up there. That's like 2,000 and some miles.
And they paid you for that?
Yeah. I dropped it off, got to the border, went up there, dropped it off at the RV place, and it called me a flight back home.
Wow.
But it is definitely for people who want to be on the road, because they can go with their spouses, and they can't ride together, but they can get trucks that are going the same way, things like that. There is cons to drive away, the con to everything. Everything is not a pro. We are responsible for our own hotels, our moves to our next truck sometimes, most of the time. So from going from truck to truck, you may have to Uber, you may have to fly to your next truck. You do have to know how to load plan your trips out to save money. We do pay a portion of the fuel. Only like a 20% portion of the fuel we are responsible.
So drive away is that the name of the industry or the company, or that's your company?
Industry.
Okay, so drive away. Okay, so if I wanted to do drive away, do I go through you, or just go to driveaway.com, or how does that work?
You can research. They got Facebook groups. What I do is I help people. I do send them certain links. It's so many companies out there. It's so many drive away companies. It's ridiculous. But I usually send them a good 3. If they want me to mention, they do not have any training for drive away. They teach you the basics and safety. And I do offer mentorship on that side. That's teaching you how to plan those loads, where to go and where not to go. Don't go nowhere and get stuck, and don't have no money in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Just get to it, because how to book your hotels, how to plan them stays, how to run, things like that. Because if you're not used to it's the same as the trucking industry. You just don't. You want to try to save on fuel. You want to know where you're going to stay at a hotel at. You want to know how you get to the next truck. You want to look on the load board, because we move off load board.
Okay.
And try to post this truck after you picked up that truck. I need to know where the next truck is going to be at. I can pick up. Am I going to have to go fly? Is it cheaper for me to fly to go get this truck that's way across the country, or is it one that's close by that I can just catch an Uber to? Things like that.
Right.
So I offer that because they don't offer any type of help. They don't train. They don't train at all. They think you're just supposed to come in, and they don't. And I believe they do that for a reason, because then they're just not gonna debate the rate at all. Like you're just gonna take whatever, and knowing what you going to drive, because you don't always know what you're gonna drive.
Right.
Like I said, they move dump trucks.
Do they do cars too? Or you said they do cars?
pickup trucks, dump trucks, school buses. I done seen all kind of stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
it pretty much, you know, the RVs, little box truck, big box trucks, utility trucks.
Okay, what about the Sprinter vans? Okay, do you dabble in that, or have you what's that industry about? Sprinter, you don't do the Sprinter?
Sprinter vans. I feel like with Sprinter vans, you just need to find you something local with a contract.
Okay, like Amazon.
Right.
Okay, okay.
So just things like that. I don't do anything with Sprinter vans. That's not even my niche. Everything else I do is so. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I do all this stuff every day. I run my brokerage. I run my insurance company.
Wow.
I do drive away. I usually get a truck. Yeah, I do this stuff on a daily basis.
Wow. Have you employed your family? Like how was it working with family, or like people like your relatives that see you having success? I mean, do you get a lot of people from your family wanting to work with you? How's that going?
When I had trucks, my family helped out a lot as far as being driver. I had some really good drivers when I had all four of my box trucks. They would run my routes for me. So it was a good experience.
But it didn't.
But I end up selling my truck. I only have one truck. My trucks I only have one truck that I do have a driver for. So that really runs itself because I'm dedicated. Everything else that I do, my family's not interested in. So yeah, they don't want to do brokerage. They don't want to do insurance. They don't want to do drive away. So, you know, they don't want to open up a trucking company.
They just want to say, cousin, let me hold something.
Yeah, that's they pretty.
Oh man.
So,
Okay.
like I'm telling everybody that's listening, like I this is definitely my passion. It was my passion and my calling. I think I got pushed on the back burner when everybody came out the last couple of years because I've been around. Just nobody noticed me until the pen. You know what I'm saying? It was like now trucking is a big thing. Like I've been posting this stuff a long time ago. Nobody paid attention because nobody was interested in it until the pandemic hit.
Hey, well, you know, Mike Jones said back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me, right?
And you gotta, you know, like I said, I talk to people. I always say, talk to somebody before you get into it, before you spend any money, because owning a trucking company can turn your life upside down. You know, and that's gonna be mentally, physically, and financially.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Yeah, it's definitely a business, and it can be a dangerous business. I mean, I see serious accidents. I mean, how does that work when they have these big accidents, things like that? I mean, do insurance pay out good, or do people, I know people probably spend jail time for maybe some accidents or something like that. You want to speak on that a little bit?
Like truck drivers are held at a different standard. Even if you're non-CDL, you're going to always be at fault until you're proved not to be at fault. And what you don't want to do is out here hurt somebody and go to jail. Okay. As far as what the insurance is, I don't know. I don't work on that side of the insurance, on what they pay out on claims and what they don't. That's, that goes to the claims. But that's what insurance is for. It's for when things happen. When the
Yeah.
But I tell drivers, you got to be real cautious out on the road and really pay attention and not getting tickets and getting in accidents, because it affects your insurance. Your insurance is going to go so high you can't afford it no more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's a lot of things in trucking when it comes to insurance, which intrigued me about why I became an insurance agent, because I teach compliance. So making sure your trucking company is the way it's supposed to run. So when people are out on the road, when your trucks are out or your drivers are out on the road, you get pulled over we have to pull into weigh stations. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
yeah, I see them. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I
yeah,
see it.
pull into weigh stations, and if you get an inspection and you start failing these inspections, it makes your insurance go up. So that affects your insurance rates, getting shut down. You can get citations if your company ain't set up right. You ain't got a proper license for what you're hauling. It's a lot of different things that people don't think about, or they try to bypass, and when they get caught up, your whole company can go from there.
Wow.
So I'm real big on compliance as setting up your company and insurance. I won't even write nobody's insurance policy if they're not in compliance. I'll let them do another agent. I will do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you about Legal Shield too. That's my other business. Yeah.
Okay.
We help out, CDL drivers. So yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. But so look, we wrapping up. It's almost an hour. What I want to do, I know a few people came in, gone, but any questions? I'll open up to any questions real quick, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Any questions? Type quick. Going once. Going twice. All right. So look, we're gonna be rebroadcasting this. It's gonna be up for people to look. So leave us with your class information, your information, what you're looking for, because that's gonna be important. Because that's when I'm gonna really be rebroadcasting and repurposing with this content. So what are you looking for? What's your class? What are you hiring? What's going on? How can we make some money with you?
So if anybody that's interested in the class, that's where you'll learn how to do back office and help people with their back office. If you're interested in becoming an insurance agent, again, we go over the why it's important to become an insurance agent along with being a dispatcher back office. I'll help you with your business credit. So that comes with the class. Anybody that's interested in driving and can't afford or don't want to buy a truck, I can help you guys just set up with DriveAway. And also, if you're interested in freight brokering, I'm hiring freight broker agent right now. I'm looking for 2 people in South Carolina.
In South Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Hey, tag somebody in South Carolina if they looking to, make some money and partner up with, Miss Cherice. So, great person, great company, man. And I reached out to you, I appreciate you for, taking time out to, share with, people and enlighten them, enlighten me. I'm definitely going to be getting with you, here in the near future. I do have some interest in the field, the area. So I'm definitely going to keep your information handy. We're going to be sharing this information. And if I know anybody looking to get into it, I'm definitely sending them your way.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. Sorry, y'all couldn't tell y'all was going to make $1 million in trucking. But I can, if y'all follow me, I can show y'all to make money, though.
Figures is nice, we can make, because I got a cousin, my cousin drives trucks, and he, I don't know, everybody has the formula, everybody say they got this and they got this, and I know a good buddy of mine, he drives local, I think he makes, about 200,000, a year, what have you, owner operator, so, I know it's great money, it's just what you do with it, like anything, hey, Ms. Cherice, I appreciate your time, appreciate your expertise. I know all of us thank you because I'm sure you delivered something to us.
I try, like I said, y'all can contact me if you go on my Facebook page, it's a link tree somewhere. TikTok, I always got my information posted on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to, hit me up, that's fine. Like I said, I just, I'm out here working. I'm out here working with y'all. I ain't just talking about it. I'm definitely about it. So
look, if anybody knows you, they know. If they follow you, they know you about that life.
Oh yeah, so I can definitely give you some insight on any part of trucking that you interested in. I got a solution for you,
And I
for
know
sure.
you had a consultation fee or something like that as well.
So
You
I
know,
do one-on-one consultations through my link tree.
yeah,
I charge, yep, it's $100 for an hour consultation. And we talk about pretty much everything we talk about here a little bit more in depth.
yeah.
But
That's why some people, just soak up the game for free, right? They could have answered some questions you hear right now.
yeah, because I don't talk a lot, and people know, they go on my page. I don't talk a lot. I post videos, and that's it. That's all you get from me.
Post videos and dance.
Yeah,
I see
that's all, you get a little dance out of me or something. That's about it. So that's okay.
Man, well, you know what? This has been fun. I thank you. This is only my second time doing this show. It was a creation in my mind. I'm like, I want to network with people. I want people to showcase other entrepreneurs, and I just thank you, man, for doing what you're doing. God bless you out on that road. Safe travels. My prayers, you and your family, much continued success. And again, man, if you're interested in the trucking industry, hit up my girl, atruckergal.com. This your man, Corey Williams, checking out Convo with Cino. Hey, man, peace, love, happiness. Love y'all.
Thank you, and happy holidays, everybody, and be safe out there. I'll be in contact with you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.